So I have a funny story for you. Today, I wake up, not thinking much of it, go to work, and the shirt I wore to work today is this shirt. A Utah Jazz NBA throwback. It's actually really nice. It's a really nice shirt. I got it because I actually love the logo and the shirt's really nice. But as most people know, if you watch the NBA and probably clicked on this video, that Donovan Mitchell just got traded to the Utah Jazz. And I was not expecting that at all. I really thought Donovan Mitchell was going to go to the Knicks. And to see him go to the Jazz is just insane. Or to see him go to the Cleveland Cavaliers is just insane, because that creates, honestly, a big question mark in the East is, what does Cleveland look like for the next couple years? They have Darius Garland, who's like a young Chris Paul. They have Jarrett Allen, who could be like, I don't know, but they have Evan Mobley, who they just drafted, who looked amazing, who could be like a Tim Duncan-esque type player. Now they have Donovan Mitchell, who could be like, he could be like Dwayne Wade, I guess. But it's just, that team's gonna be crazy, and it's wild to think too, because on the exact same hand of saying this team's gonna be really good, this team also might not be even top 4 team in the East. Like, you got the Celtics, you got the Nets, you got the Sixers, and you got who else? There's one team I'm forgetting. Nets, Sixers, Celtics, Bucks, and the Bucks. And so to say that this type of constructed team, how good they were last year, before injuries and all that stuff, and then adding a superstar or a superstar player or whatever, all-star could be, depending on your conversation around Donovan Mitchell, adding him to that team is kind of scary, and should be scary for the league, or for the East and for the East future. Like, this team could be dominating the East, and depending on how it goes, they could be bringing a championship back to Cleveland very soon. Like, all it takes is a couple injuries, like we saw with the Celtics. The Bucks didn't have Chris Middleton. All it takes is a couple injuries to get there, and it's pretty likely that there's going to be injuries in a lot of teams' future. And if the Cleveland Cavaliers get a good side of the stick, they can honestly win a championship next year. I can't see why they couldn't. Like, Darius Garland is that good. He's that good of a point guard, I think. Donovan Mitchell, we know who he is. He's dropping 50 bombs against Jamal Murray in a playoff series. Jarrett Allen's a force defensively. Evan Mobley can only, I believe, can only go up. I don't think he'll like have a sophomore slump like a lot of players, like Jason Tatum had a sophomore slump. A lot of players do. Tyler Hero. I don't see that in his future, and I think that this team is honestly going to be scary. And it was just the most wild news to get while you're working, is just Donovan Mitchell was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I so thought he was going to go to the Knicks. And I feel like this is going to be a Knicks moment where we look back on it like how we look back on the Lakers not trading Kyle Lowry for Talon Horton-Tucker, or trading for Kyle Lowry for Talon Horton-Tucker. I feel like the Knicks are going to look back at this one, and Knicks fans, and they're going to be like, that was not great. And honestly, if I was management, I would have been throwing a lot more. Like, I would have had Quentin Grimes in that bitch. I don't give a fuck what he did in Summer League. Throw that guy in that bitch. Throw him in that trade. Put a bunch of picks. Like, you have so many picks that you've acquired over the next even, 3 years. Like, you get Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. You guys aren't going to need those picks. They're going to be, middle of the pack? 20th? Who cares? Who cares at all? I really do not understand. So, just crazy news to come home to. I was going to play it on 2K and be like, oh, here's how they play, But 2K got taken off Game Pass. I'm not fucking buying 2K22 as soon as 2K23 is coming out. So, we'll just have to wait till 2K23. I am going to buy 2K23 next week. It comes out next week, I think on the 9th or something. The Friday, maybe? So, I am going to buy that, and we're going to make a bunch of videos on that. I'm going to try the Michael Jordan challenges. I'm going to try my career. I'm going to make a my career series. We're going to do some Celtics rebuilds, all that shit. So, should be a good time. If you're a Cav fan right now, you should be incredibly excited. Incredibly excited. not only for just what's in store for next year, but just what's in store for the immediate future. Like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland could become one of the best backcourts in the league for sure. I honestly can't think of anyone on the top of my head who's better. Like DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, I guess, have a thing. Steph and Clay will always kind of be up there. Luka doesn't have anyone. He by himself is a really good backcourt, but it's shocking. It's going to be awful defensively, but with the right coaching scheme, like Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell weren't much better. Like, I guess Mike Conley is a better defender than Darius Garland, but they just funneled it into Rudy Gobert, which I'm thinking they could do with Jared Allen. I couldn't see why not. So, as long as you're giving effort, I guess. I don't know. They're both awful defenders, but I feel like it won't really matter that much because you have two really good offensive players. Like Darius Garland's just an engine on the offensive side, and Donovan Mitchell's he just lights you up. He lights your team up. And, like, on a night where you go into Cleveland, which is a lot of players' not favorite destination, you have to play Donovan Mitchell, and you have to play Darius Garland, you have to play Jared Allen, you have to play, that's not a fun night at all. And the East should be scared. And honestly, the league should be scared. But at the same time, I can literally see a scenario where they could top 5. They could be the 6th seed if the Heat are still good. Who knows? Like, that's the craziest part. I think they're going to be great, but the Heat were just in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they did lose PJ, but, like, is PJ really what transforms you from the 1st seed to, like, a bottom seed? I don't know. So there is that chance that, like, this team is the 6th seed. And you have Chicago, too, who, if they're all healthy, they were the 1st seed in the fucking first half of the season. So, like, I really have no clue what this does. But, like, 1 through 8 in the East is going to be a dog fucking fight. I think the Pistons could get in there. The Magic could possibly get in there. You have the Hawks too. Oh, I forgot. Never mind. Fuck that. It'll probably be a mix of the Celtics, the Nets, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Cavs, the Heat, the Hawks, and who else? What? I literally just said them. Did I not? Whatever. Oh, maybe I didn't say Cavs. Okay. But, like, that's 8 teams that are going to be fucking disgusting. I don't want to face anyone in the first round. Fuck that. Bro, like, imagine the 1st seed Celtics. Then you have to go up against, or, like, whatever. Whoever's the 1st seed. But let's say the Celtics. The 1st seed, whatever, okay? And you have to go up against the Hawks. That's your 8th seed matchup with Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter. Like, that team's not fucking slacking, dog. And there's a chance. Like, there's a chance that anyone is the 8th seed, I could see. Literally. Like, it's actually gross. The Nets are all fucking old. And so if Kevin Durant goes down again, they could be the 8th seed again. Like, it's fucked. It's actually fucked how good the East is right now. And the Cleveland Cavaliers just fucking getting Donovan Mitchell isn't even that super overpowered, and it should be. Like, that team's a fucking good-ass team. Isaac Okoro is someone you put right beside Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland that is, like, perfect for what they need. Like, he's literally a defensive wing. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, also great defenders that the guards can just funnel people into. Like, that team is so gross, and they could be 8th. That's the craziest part. I don't think they will be 8th, but they could be, and that's fucking wild. Like, for a long time, the West was so much better than the East, but now I think the East is becoming so much better. Like, we're seeing that tip where when you get out the East, it's like, it's not fucking easy. That shit's a dog fucking battle. Like, Jesus Christ. I can't even fathom what the playoffs are going to look like. Because as long as everyone's healthy, it should. I could honestly see 6 teams going to the finals. Like, it's just wild. Just crazy. Wow. The Jazz did a good job. Like, they finessed a little bit. Not so much they finessed the Cavs. I think that trade is a win-win, but what they got out of Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell is a pretty good fucking haul. Like, you got, 10 picks. and 3 of them are swaps. Wild. Danny Ainge back at it again. And I feel for Knicks fans. But yeah, Jesus Christ. Peace out, guys.